What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to the channel. So I posted in the community tab, asked you guys if you have questions for me in regards to SummerSlam, and if I at least get 10 of them, I will do a video. The video's here, so you know what that means. I got 10 questions plus 7, okay? I got 17 questions. More than 10, better than none. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for participating. So we're going to get directly into these questions. Wow, you guys blew me away with this one. I didn't think you guys were going to actually do it. So the first question comes from They Call Me Him Zero. He has 2 questions here, okay? Which match are you most looking forward to at SummerSlam? All right, so I'm gonna be that annoying person when you ask them, what's your favorite color, red or blue? And that person comes in and says, you know what? I prefer magenta. Like you know, he come in and just with a color you didn't even ask about. So it's hard because SummerSlam is so stacked right now. It's so stacked, it's hard to know. So I have different matches that I'm excited for different reasons. We got the Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns and Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins matches. I can't wait to see those due to the match itself and the storyline and the implications that can happen after the fact. Just for the pure drama, those 2 matches, oh my god, those are the heavy hitters. For a spot fest to see what they can do in the ring, tricks and all kind of stuff, definitely going to be my guy Ricochet versus Logan Paul. I think that match just for that in itself is going to be very interesting. And there's another match that a lot of people aren't really talking about for good reason. All right, for good reason. And I'm interested to see what happens here. And that's the match between Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. I'm just interested to see what happens. I don't know if it's going to crash and burn or if it's going to be a lot better than what it is. But the idea of not knowing exactly how it's going to be, I know people will be like, yeah, it's pretty much going to be bad because people don't like Ronda Rousey in the ring. And the only hope she has is for Shayna Baszler to have like the best match of her life. But I'm interested to see how this happens because I can't wait to see what they do with Shayna Baszler next, you know. And I have an idea of what they should do, and I'll make that video pretty soon. The second question he has here. Also, LA Knight is, according to the rumors, is scheduled to have a segment at SummerSlam, which lead him to having a match as well. Ooh, I can't wait for that. If the rumors are true, who do you think will step up to him, or who do you think should step up to him? Okay, so when someone has a segment like this, right, at a premium live event, the first thing to come to mind is someone's either going to return or someone's going to pop up that no one really thought about. Now, if someone was going to return, I know this is not the case. I would love for it to be Big E, to like, because I miss Big E, guys. I really miss Big E, and that would be crazy. I don't think that is going to happen, or some people may think that, you know, I didn't see this anywhere, but Brian Pillman just got signed to WWE, so that could possibly be the situation. But I would lean more towards Big E because I think Big E can't afford the loss because he just got back, so he got ring rust. But if a person like Brian Pillman answers the call, then I think LA Knight, you know, I don't think that's great for either guy. But realistically, I think Sheamus should answer that call. I think this should be a great feud between these two. LA Knight making fun of Sheamus, Sheamus being all serious, and Sheamus is the one who cost LA Knight that match, that invitational match when he hit him with the bro kick, because LA Knight had the match in his pocket. He had it, and then the bro kick came in. So I think that would be great to start that feud between those two. So I'm gonna have to pick Sheamus. The dream would be Big E. That would be my dream, but my pick will have to be Sheamus. All right, moving on to the next question, guys. Sorry, I'm long-winded. So this comes from Alex Smith Mata. Smith. Holy crap! I was just talking about football the other day. Alex Mata 539. His question, or her question, is it the end for LWO? It sounds like, you know, Dragon Ball Z when you watch the end. Is this the end for LWO? How do you think that the outcome will be? I honestly hope they play it cool after, and it'll be one of the best wholesome match. So I don't know if this match is actually going to happen at SummerSlam. So, but still, it's a great question, Alex. I appreciate that. I think that, and if you guys didn't know, there is a match set up for Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. They're both in LWO, and whoever wins this match get a match against Austin Theory for that US championship. And I think that, you know, it seemed like that they're very respectful of each other, and I think it's just going to be a wholesome match. I think they're just going to shake hands and move on. And the reason why I believe that is because we got too many factions on the brink of falling apart and either falling apart. So you can't have all factions doing this right now. It'd be too much going on at the screen at the same time. And LWO, if you're going to do something like this, wait for a year and a half. Now, I think they'll use this in the future as like something to plant seeds in, and then later on reference back to this if Santos Escobar decides to do a heel turn. But overall, I don't think it's nothing serious. I don't think anyone's going to do anything serious. If anything ever happens to either one of them, it'll be from some type of outside force that probably wants to start a feud with Rey Mysterio or with Santos Escobar, or maybe Austin Theory we get involved somehow. Like, I think that'll happen. The next question comes from KD Nation 20. Are you Kevin Durant fan? Is that what the KD stands for? Let me know. Do you think Cody Rhodes will finish the story by beating Brock Lesnar? Okay, so do you mean the story as far as this feud? Because beating Brock Lesnar definitely won't be finishing the story overall that he's been talking about since he came to WWE. But in regards to this match, I think Cody Rhodes will definitely beat Brock Lesnar. I can't see it going any other way. Cody has to finish this and beat Brock Lesnar in this rubber match to have Brock Lesnar go on vacation, stay away for a good 6-7 months like he always does, go hunt something, go fight some boar with your bare hands or something like that, and then Cody Rhodes will move on to the next feud. All right, so the next question comes from, they got the feud, or the Fiend avatar. I like it. This comes from Ryan Gilbert 2875. Who do you think Bray Wyatt will attack if he indeed return at the biggest party of the summer? The biggest party of the summer. I love that name. It's very fitting with your avatar. So I personally, if you didn't see my video, I would love for him to attack Cody Rhodes and then start a feud between those two. But if he comes in to attack anybody, I guess it would make the most sense for him to attack Seth Rollins, since they've already had a past, and Seth Rollins almost killed this man in the Hell in a Cell match. So if WWE wanted to go back to that and Seth Rollins do lose this match against Finn Balor, or even if he wins, maybe it can go either way. They can revisit that feud and then make a better version to kind of wash away what happened before. So I think that could possibly be the case, but I would want Cody Rhodes. But not Finn Balor, but Seth Rollins versus the Fiend, I'm not mad at that either. All right, so this comes from Mr. Pete 89. He was born in 89. Between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, who has the highest probability of a return? Ooh, good question. So I personally think that Bray Wyatt has the highest probability of return, because I think the only thing keeping Bray Wyatt from returning is Bray Wyatt. Whatever mental struggles he's going through or whatever, whenever he feels that it's right to come back, he has the highest probability. Now, Randy Orton, his issue is physically. So if he's still dealing with back issues, it don't matter when Randy Orton wants to come back. It's all up to the doctor. And I feel like Randy's going to do whatever he wants at the end of the day, but you kind of want to be careful with the back, because that's something that can affect you for the rest of your life. And I'm sure Randy, wants to see, like, he wants to walk his daughter down the aisle and things like that. So the back isn't something to really play with. So I would have to say Bray Wyatt has the highest probability of coming back. This comes from Midwest Entertainment, I'm assuming, 7010. So you from the Midwest, bro? Where you from? What's up? I'm from the Midwest too. All right, so it says, believe it or not, it says, do you think WWE is ever overexposing the Judgment Day with them now showing up on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown? Wow, that is a good question, because they've been, like he said, they've been everywhere all the time. Now, right now, in this moment, I don't feel like they are, but if they continue to have them on every single brand every week, then yeah, it'll get too much. It'll get too much. I think the Judgment Day works better in isolation to one brand, because once you start doing this stuff, people are gonna get tired of them. And once you see something too much, it loses its value. It isn't as unique as it used to be, and it's just so stretched up. You're just like watering it down, and then giving them these random storylines and different brands just to have them on different brands. It starts to feel like you're cheapening them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you find something you love, like a restaurant that you love, like a little mom and pop shop, and it turns into a franchise, then all of a sudden the food don't taste the same, the workers there don't care, it just doesn't feel the way that it does anymore. But once it was that one mom and pop shop that you used to go to, which is you and a few other people, it was like the best restaurant ever. So I feel like that's what's going on here. But good question, man. That's a great question. Jet Fed, he has a question, or she has a question. Do you think Jimmy Uso will cost Jay the title, either by accident or on purpose? I would have to say no. I think the person who has the highest probability of costing anybody anything would have to be Paul Heyman or Solo Sikoa. I don't think Jimmy. I don't know. It's a possibility. It's a possibility, but I don't think so. I don't think he will get involved. I think he'll probably come in and try to help against Solo Sikoa in that match. Maybe that can happen and something could cause it that way. Like, but I don't know. That's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I would have to say no. I'll have to say no, but anything can happen with WWE. The next question comes from Sif All 8257. Sifal? I don't know how to pronounce it. Is Jay the one to dethrone Roman Reigns? And what do you think about Shayna and Rousey match? See that? Yeah. So I already answered the Shayna and Rousey match. I'm looking forward to that. Personally, guys, I think I'm gonna answer the Shayna Baszler one first, because the thing is, I feel like on Raw, the next best competitor for Rhea Ripley will be Shayna Baszler. That is going to be the best option you have for her right now, because she already washed Natalya. But Shayna, after one more feud, build her up, because she's a face now. To have her face Shayna Baszler, or not Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley at a big pay-per-view, that'll be great, because she's the only one I feel like, as far as strength-wise, size-wise, is a formidable opponent for her. Outside of Raquel Rodriguez, but Raquel Rodriguez doesn't, she's still a little bit green in the ring. She doesn't have that much experience. So yeah, I think Shayna Baszler is the best choice, and I think we can get a pretty good match between the two, a hard-hitting match. I mean, when's the last time we've seen a hard-hitting match in WWE between two women? Like, literally, when's the last time we've seen that between two women who are strong, who are very vicious in the ring, a UFC fighter, and a person who just destroys people? I think that's going to be very, very interesting. And the first question is Jay the one to dethrone Roman Reigns? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to dethrone Roman Reigns. I think Roman's going to have it for a while. I think Roman's going to lose it at WrestleMania. I think that'll be the time, because I think, if you think about it, when we got to, was it Crown Jewel? Triple H did say that that was not even like, and I might be quoting him wrong, but there's more to the storyline after the fact. So when there's more, it hasn't been that long since he said that. So that must mean that there's a lot more time that's going to keep going. And I think the story they're going to tell is Roman Reigns slowly falling apart, because he's going to start losing family members, losing Solo Sikoa, because we see the seeds being planted for that. He's going to lose the wise man. And then when he's by himself, when he has to only depend on him, that's when he'll lose the title. And I think that's what's going to happen. All right, so another question comes from Alfonso Gomez 4998. A week from SummerSlam and Rhea has no rival yet. Who should it be? Well, for SummerSlam, for the match, I don't know. I mean, that's the problem. Like, they don't really have anything set up, and at least they tried with the whole thing happening with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. It should be Raquel Rodriguez, right? But I don't know. But I think that's what I'm saying. Like, the next one has to be Shayna Baszler. It has to be. The next question comes from Craze67. Who do you think was going to win between Finn and Seth? I did a video about it, so I'm going to put it up. I'm not going to say. I'm going to let you watch that video, and it's going to be there. All right, so the next question is Eric Douglas 586. How many call-ups could you see? And this is during SummerSlam? Call-ups. I'm thinking Wesley has to get called up. Carmelo Hayes has to get called up. Roxy has to show up at some point, because she's been on main event a couple of times. Even though she's having that match against Blair Davenport, I think Blair Davenport's going to win that match, and Roxanne's going to get called up. And Roxanne showed up on main roster for that one match, so there's no reason why she shouldn't be showing up. And I think that's got to be it, because at this point, NXT can't lose too many people at this point. They don't have the Creed brothers, right? The Creed brothers should be showing up at some point. But I think that's about it. The next question comes from Nico Thompson 8860. Who do you think will win the Intercontinental Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Gunther? I'm assuming that Gunther is going to win this match, and I think they're going to have. I think this feud is going to keep going, and I think what's going to happen, and this is going to be a crazy thing to say. There's going to be some type of outside involvement, of course, with one of the members of Imperium. But who knows? Maybe Dragunov will get some involvement in this. I don't know. But I overall, regardless of whatever way it goes, I think Gunther's going to win it. And then whatever their next match between McIntyre and Gunther, I think that's when Gunther's going to drop the title. This comes from Daniel Jones, WWE 3684. Who do you think is going to win between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso? Roman Reigns. All right, and the last question comes from Ms. BCP. What does BCP stand for? Do I want to know? Do I want to know what that says? BCP sounds kind of like it's something that I can't say on YouTube. That's what it sounds like to me. But it said, do you think Jey could win the championship from Roman Reigns? Lamb over him being the champion is honestly getting kind of boring in my opinion. Ooh, it's getting boring. And that's the first time I've heard that one. I don't think he'll win it. I don't think Jey will win it. I think Roman Reigns is going to hold it. I know for people it's getting boring, but sometimes when it gets boring, the weird part of it is once it starts getting boring, you start to hate the main character in the entire thing. And the more you hate this person, the more interested you are in the challengers, and you're more supportive of these challengers winning. It's like the Floyd Mayweather effect. People got tired of seeing him winning matches, so whoever faced him and had a chance to beat him, people were behind them 100%, just like Tom Brady when he was running the NFL with the Patriots for a while. Like, that's how a lot of people do it, but I get where you're coming from. But That goes for all the questions, guys. Sorry if I'm long-winded. Next time I'm gonna answer these questions a lot faster, but thank you guys so much for participating. I appreciate you guys. Salute, peace. Have a good day.